Hello viewers, welcome to Mathathon. For today's video, we'll be solving simultaneous equations by substitution. Now these are two equations or two or more algebraic equations that share common variables and are solved at the same time, that is, simultaneously. Now, to solve these by substitution, we're going to solve for one of the variable in one of the equations and substitute it into the other equation. Then we're going to solve the new equation. Lastly, we're going to find the value of the other variable. Now, let's try an example together. So, let's say we have 2x plus y is equal to 5, and we have x plus 3y is equal to 5 as well. Now we can call our first equation 1 and we can call the second one 2. Now we're going to solve for one of the variables, and I'm going to do it in the second equation. So I'm going to solve for x in equation 2. Now the equation 2 is x plus 3y is equal to 5. Now I want to get x by itself, but because x is being added to 3y, what I'm going to do, I'm going to subtract 3y on both sides. And whatever I do to one side, I must do to the other side. And now here, 3y from 3y, that will give me 0. So in this case, x would be equal to 5 minus 3y. Now I can go ahead and substitute x, which is in this case 5 minus 3y, and I'm going to substitute, and I'm going to put sub for short. I'm going to substitute this into equation 1. So I'm going to rewrite my equation 1, and wherever I see x, I should put 5 minus 3y, and I'm going to put it in brackets because this means that I'm to multiply 2 by 5 minus 3y. Now, by using distributive law, 2 times 5 would give me 10, and 2 times minus 3y would give me 6y minus 6y, plus y is equal to 5. Now I have some like terms here. If I'm to add minus 6y plus y, I'll end up with minus 5y, and I'm going to put back my equal to 5. Now, I still need to get y by itself, alright? Being that the 10 here is positive, I'm going to subtract 10 on both sides. Alright, so this will be gone. So I'm bringing it up here. I would now have minus 5y is equal to, now 10 from 5 would also give me minus 5. Now I need to get y by itself here. I'm going to divide through by minus 5 on both sides. So therefore, negative 5 into negative 5, that's 1. Same thing over here, that's 1. So y will be equal to 1. Now we need to get the value of x. We can substitute the value of y, which is equal to 1, into one of the original equations. So let's use equation 2. And we're going to rewrite equation 2 here. It's x plus 3y is equal to 5. So in this case, wherever I see y, I should put 1. So I'm going to have x plus 3, I'm going to put 1 in bracket. That's equal to 5. Now, x, 3 times 1 will give me 3. And I now need to get x by itself. But I have a positive 3. So I have to subtract 3 on both sides. Now 3 from 3, that's gone. So in this case, x would have been 2. And we can go back and check our answer. So you can check in x is 2 and y is 1 to see if it would solve both equations. Alright? So in this case, let me change the color so we can see what's happening. So let's say we're going to put a 2 here and we're going to put a 1 here. And let's see if it should give us 5. Now 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1, that's 5. Alright, let's try the second equation. So I'm just showing you how you can check your answer. Now 3 times 1, that's 3, plus 2, that's 5. So in both cases, the variables x and y that we got, they solve the equations. Alright, let's try another one. So we have, for example, 3x plus y is equal to 10. And we also have x minus 2 minus y, is equal to 2. Now we're going to solve for a variable, and I'm going to use my second equation. Alright, so I'm going to solve for, let's solve for x. So basically I want x by itself in equation 2. Now I have x minus y is equal to 2. And because the y here is being subtracted, I'm going to add y on both sides to get rid of it to the other side. So if I have minus y plus y, that's gone. So therefore x will be equal to 2 plus y. So now I'm going to substitute x equals 2 plus y in equation 1. So therefore, wherever I see x, I should put 2 plus y. Now equation 1 was 3x plus y is equal to 10. So I'm going to put 3 and in bracket 2 plus y, and then my other plus y is equal to 10. Now by distributive law, I'm going to have 3 times 2, that's 6, and then 3 times y would be 3y plus y is equal to 10. Now I have some like terms here, so I can add the 3y and the y. It will give me 4y is equal to 10. Now let me just rewrite it up here, because my aim now is to get y by itself. But I need to get rid of the 6 first. Because the 6 is being added, I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides. 6 from 6 here, that's gone. So I will now have 4y, and 6 from 10, that's 4. Now I need y by itself. I'm going to divide through by 4 on both sides. Now 4 into 4 goes 1 time. 4 into 4 also goes 1 time. So therefore y in this case would be equal to 1. Now we're going to substitute the value of y is equal to 1. Let's use equation 2. Now we're going to rewrite equation 2, which was x minus y is equal to 2. Alright, so we need the value of x, but we have the value of y. In this case, it's 1 is equal to 2. Now we need to get x by itself. So because the 1 is being subtracted, I'm going to do the opposite of it, or the reverse, is to add 1 on both sides. Now minus 1 plus 1, that will be gone. In this case, x would be equal to 3. And you can check your answers to ensure that it solved the equations that we got here in the very beginning. Alright. Now, one last example. We have 3x minus 1 is equal to negative 5. And we also have x plus y is equal to 9. And this would have been our equation 1. This is our equation 2. Now we're going to solve for a variable. And in this case, let's solve for x. You can solve for y as well, but I just decided to solve for x. And I'm using equation 2. Solving for x in equation 2. So x plus y is equal to 9. To get x by itself, we'd have to do the inverse of what's happening to y. So we'd have to subtract y on both sides. Now that will be gone. So now x will be equal to 9 minus y. Now we can substitute x, which should be equal to 9 minus y, in equation 1. So I'm going to rewrite my equation 1. It will be 3x minus y is equal to negative 5. And wherever I see x, I'm now going to put 9 minus y. Now, being that it's in bracket, we're going to expand. So 3 times 9, that would be 27. And 3 times minus y would be minus 3y. My minus y over here, and my minus 5. Now I have like terms here, so I can break it down to be 27 minus 4y, which should be equal to minus 5. There are same signs here, so we would add and keep the sign. Now bring it up here. Let me rewrite the last line. So 27 minus 4y is equal to minus 5. Now we are working to get the value of y, so therefore we have to get rid of the 27 before we can divide by 4. The 27 here will be positive, so we're going to subtract 27 on both sides. Remember, whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other side. And 27 minus 27, that will give us 0. So in this case, I should have minus 4y is equal to negative 32. Both signs here are the same, so we would add and keep the sign. Now to get y by itself, we're going to have to divide through by negative 4. That will be 1. And negative 4 into negative 32 will give us a positive 8. So now we have to go again and substitute y equal 8 in equation 2. Now equation 2 was x plus y is equal to 9. We want to find the value of x, so we have to put it back, and then the value of y that we just found was 8 is equal to 9. Now to get x by itself, we're going to have to subtract 8 on both sides because the 8 is being added. 8 from 8, that's 0. In this case, x will be equal to 1. So when y is 8, x here would be 1. And remember, you can always go ahead and check the variables that you would have solved for in the original equations to ensure that it actually solved the equations, right? So remember, once you're substituting to solve simultaneous equations, you would solve for a variable, you would substitute that expression that you get into the other original equation, solve for either variable, and then the answer that you get for that variable, put it into the other to solve for the other variable, and remember to always check your answers once you're through. Alright, so thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe.